Hi, everybody. My name is Nanika Edwards. I'm a poet from Trinidad and Tobago in the Caribbean. And today I'm going to be speaking with you about something called onomatopoeia. It is a poetic device, and it is just a fancy word that means sound effect. It means sound effect. And I have to admit, I find the word onomatopoeia challenging to spell, but let me make an attempt, and you can try along with me. So it's ono ma t pia poeia. So that's how you spell onomatopoeia. I think I got that right. You can always look it up in a dictionary and make sure that I'm telling you the correct thing. But an onomatopoeia is simply a sound effect. And poets like myself, even just writers, people who write prose, like novels or short stories or children's stories, make use of poetic devices to make whatever we're presenting a little more exciting, a little more real and immediate, and something that would be really extra entertaining for our readers, something that would make what we're seeing feel very colorful or very alive within the senses of our reader. Because when you read, everything's on the page, right? So a lot is left up to the imagination of the reader. So poetic devices help a reader imagine things a little more easily. So sound effects or onomatopoeia help readers to hear sounds in our head without actually hearing them in real life. Okay, so I'm going to give you an example from my poem called The Caribee Symphony. And I guess from the title, you can guess that this poem is about music. And in this poem, which is one, two, three, four, five, six stanzas long, I focus on particular types of music from my culture, the culture of Trinidad and Tobago. So I talk about the steel pan, I talk about the sitar, which is actually an Indian instrument, but um, Indian culture, um, East Indian culture is very vibrant within our society. And apart from the sitar, I also speak about the fiddle from Tobago for the Tobago jig. I speak about parang and the quattro and shaks that you tend to hear when people sing parang. And so I'm just going to share one verse with you. It's the verse about the sitar. And you can see if you can identify the sound effect or the sound effects in this stanza. Here goes. The hills are blooming as gold pui open up, and a sitar is twing twanging pluck, 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 and a cool river lime is cooking up sweet curry duck, and soon fishing fresh water for Cascadoo luck. Okay, so did you figure out what the onomatopoeia is there? Do you need me to read it again? Okay, here goes. One more time. The hills are blooming as gold pui open up, and a sitar is twing twanging pluck, pluck, pluck. A cool river lime is cooking up sweet curry duck, and soon fishing fresh water for Cascadoo Luck. All right, so you may not have recognized all the words in that stanza because some of them are specific to the culture of Trinidad and Tobago, but I'm willing to bet that you were able to pull out the sound that the sitar makes, which was in line 2. So there were 4 lines in the stanza, and line 2 says, and a sitar is twing twanging, pluck pluck pluck. So the sitar is an Indian instrument from India, of course, and it is a stringed instrument. And so the sound effect here really is meant to reflect the sound or to imitate the sound that a sitar might make, the sound of the strings when you pull them. So the twing and the twang, twing, twanging, and then the pluck, 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 that's what you do when you pull the chords. You're plucking the chords, but the pluck, pluck, pluck could also be a sound effect. So there you have it. That's an example of a sound effect. And you may be wondering what the word lime means. If you're not from Trinidad and Tobago, you may not know that the word lime means to hang out. It can be a verb or it can be a noun. So it can mean to hang out, like to hang out with your friends, or a hangout, like a hangout time with your friends. So a cool river lime means a time when you hang out with your friends or family or people that you've just met at a river. Okay, and the other thing you may not be familiar with is Cascadoo Luck. So Cascadoo is how we say Cascadura. Cascadura is a freshwater fish, and in Trinidad we have a folklore saying, a myth essentially, that if somebody comes to Trinidad, let's say you're a foreigner and you come to Trinidad and you eat cascadoo, we say that you will always end up coming back to Trinidad to stay. You'll always end up coming back. So that's what cascadoo luck refers to. So I'm going to read this stanza one more time. I'm going to read this stanza again so that you can pull all of those things together. The sound effects, or the, what do we call it? Yep, onomatopoeia, and the new vocabulary. So here goes. The hills are blooming as gold pui open up. Pui is a flowering tree, by the way. So let me read that again because I forgot to explain that. The hills are blooming as gold pui open up, and a sitar is twing twanging, pluck, pluck, pluck. A cool river lime is cooking up sweet curry duck, and soon fishing fresh water for Cascadoo luck. So I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope you now have a really good idea of what a sound effect in creative writing would be like. And I would encourage you to pen your own poem or a piece of writing, even if it's a piece of prose, and try using some sound effects to bring your work to life. All right. If you enjoyed this video, thank you for subscribing to my channel, and I will see you in the next video.